Alrighty. Tuesday, March 16th. So let's see what we got. It says simplify the ratios. So it says 5 sheep to 10 cows. So we got 5 sheep for every 10 cows. So we want to simplify that. So the biggest number that goes into both the numerator and the denominator that creates common factor, well, that must be 5. Or you can decompose, so 5 on top. On the bottom, you got, 10 is, that's 2 times 5. So we got 2 times 5. Make ones, and so we got 1 over 2. And remember, the numerator was 1 sheep for every 2 cows. So that is the ratio in simplest form. Okay, 150 freshmen to 210 sophomores. Well, we got 150 freshmen. And that's for every 210 sophomores. Okay, I'm going to decompose because these numbers are pretty big. So 150, well, that is 50 times 3. But I know that 50 is 10 times 5. I know 10 is 2 times 5. So if I have, I'm going to prove, you can prove it. So 3 times 5 times 2 times 5, like that, 150. And then in similar fashion, 210, well, that is 7 times 30. And 30 is 3 times 10. And 10 is 2 times 5. All right, make ones with the 5s, with the 2s, with the 3s, and we are left with 5 to 7. But remember, the numerator, that's 5. 5 what? Well, it's 5 freshmen. And the denominator, well, that's 7. 7 sophomores. I'm just going to put soft and lazy. So the simplified ratio is 5 to 7. Okay, 279 to 9 teachers. Well, I got 279 students to 9 teachers. Well, I have no idea what 279 breaks down into. You guys should have a calculator, so let's mess around with some numbers. Let's see if 9 goes into there. 279 divided 279 divided by 9. Oh, look at that, perfect number. So this is, if I divide top and bottom by 9, and we just got over there that it's going to be 31 on top, and 9 divided by 9, that is going to be 1. So it's about 31 students for every 1 teacher. And there's your simplified ratios. All right, so that was number 1. Number 2, find the unit rate of ice cream for each one of these. What's the best deal? Easy stuff. So make sure you guys try these on your own first and then check right here. So I'm gonna stick to ounces for all of these because it says ounces, so I don't want to deal with pints and quarts and all that nonsense. So I have well, what do you want? Do you want remember you need a ratio for all these. Do you want the ratio to be ounces over dollars or dollars over ounces? Well, you're going to pay with dollars, aren't you? So you want dollars per ounce. So that's what I'm going to do for every one of these. So A is going to be dollars per ounce. So $3.49 per 8 ounces. All right, and I want a denominator of 1 because you want to figure out how much it is for 1 ounce. So I'm going to divide it by 8. So $3.49 divided by 8 ounces, and you get that number right there. But remember, this is money, so I'm looking at 0.436, but we're going to make that 6 round the 3 up, so it's going to be 0.44, just 44 cents. So that's the first one. The next one, again, same idea. We want dollars per ounce. So we got dollars on top, so 480. And we got ounces on bottom, so we got 16 ounces. Divide this, you'll get a 1 on the bottom, 1 ounce. And then, well, let's see. We have $4.18 divided by 16 ounces. And you get 0.3. So translate that to money. And it's going to be, well, 0.30 30 cents per ounce. And then the last one, 64 ounces for $6.49. So it's $6.49 over 64 ounces. We're going to divide that, have a 1 on the bottom. And then again, divide it. $6.49 divided by 64 ounces. Ooh, let me get that huge mess. Well, again, we want to read that as money. So it's going to be 0.10 because that 1 after the 0 makes it round down or stay put. So, which is the better deal and why? Well, I mean, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? It should be C. The reason why, well, because it is 10 cents per ounce. The other two are a bit more expensive. So it's, what's the better deal? 2 quarts. Why? Well, it's because it's the cheapest. And then, of course, it's 10 cents per ounce. All right, so that was number 2. Okay, number 3, fun stuff, I guess. So we're going to have to worry about this thing right here in the middle because this is a big subtraction sign and that changes quite a bit. So let's see. Equal sign, try to squeeze it in. So this is right here in the middle is going to change to a big plus sign, and it's going to make everything afterwards change to its opposite. So let's work on that. So it's going to be 2.6x. And I can go ahead and fix this part already. That's going to be a plus a negative 1.3y. Okay. And then I'm going to go after this big one right here. So that changes to a huge plus sign. And then everything inside changes afterwards. So that negative 3.3x, well, that's a positive. That's a positive 3.3x. And then we got minus. And then that's 4.5y. Well, that's going to change into a negative 4.5y. And then do it one more time. Look for any more subtraction signs. Well, so going from left to right, 2.6x plus negative 1.3y plus 3.3x. Oh, there's a subtraction sign right there in the middle. So change that to a plus. And then this right here is going to change to its opposite. Boom. Okay. Looks like we're ready to go. I'm going to have to scoot this down right here. So I got to combine like terms. So the x is to the first power and the y is to the first power. So I got a 2.6x. So 2.6x, 3.3y. If I combine those, well, 2.6 plus 3.3, that is 5.9, and they both have an x. And then whatever has the y, so those two. And if you have a calculator or use your brain, whatever works. So I'm going to do negative 1.3 plus 4.5. And so I'm just double checking. Negative 1.3, 4.5. We're going to have plus 3.2y. So which expression? Well, it looks like it's going to be not that one, not that one. That's not a 5.8y, no. Should be C. Okay. So that was number 3. Number 4. Ooh. Okay, let's get started. So it says it wants us to graph the solution to this mess right here. So let's see. Well, the first thing I want to do, well, I want to solve for x, right? Isolate x. So that means I need to start getting things away from the x. So this right here is standing in the way. So how am I going to get rid of that plus 9 and make it go to the other side? Well, I have to, it's adding 9. So the opposite of adding 9, I'm going to subtract 9. And then we'll be left with, well, a positive 9, a negative 9, that's 0. I'll be left with negative 2/3 x is greater than or equal to, 5 minus 9 in your head, or whatever you got, negative 4. Okay, and then almost there, one of the last steps. I got negative 2/3 x is greater than or equal to negative 4. So how am I going to get this x by itself? Well, right now, it's being multiplied by negative 2/3. I could divide both sides by negative 2/3, but that's going to look funky. It'll look like this. And that's a complex fraction. I could do that, but here's an easier way. And so, instead of dividing, we're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So, the reciprocal of negative 2/3, well, that is, flip it upside down, 3 over negative 2. 3 over negative 2. If I do that, well, negative 2 on top, negative 2 on bottom, 3 on top, 3 on bottom, 1 times x, well, that's just x. And then negative 4 times 3 divided by negative 2, whichever way you know how. You guys know how to do this by now. You always have a calculator too. So negative 4 times 3 divided by negative 2. Oops. You get 6. And that's because negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 divided by negative 2 is positive 6. So on the right side, we get 6. And what sign goes in the middle? Well, since I multiplied both sides by a negative number, that means this thing right here, the inequality, it's going to flip. So instead of being greater than or equal to, it's going to be less than or equal to. And there we are. X is less than 6. So we have this little line right here. Okay. In the middle, well, what goes in the middle? Well, whatever you got. In this case, it's 6. And then before and after, we don't need too many numbers. What comes after 6 to the right? It's going to be 7, right? What comes to the left? Well, it's 5. Is it an open or closed circle? Well, it's equal to, so it can include 6. So it's going to be a closed circle. So definitely close that thing. And it says x is less than or equal to 6. So x is less than 6. Well, which way are all the numbers that are less than 6? It's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all those numbers. So it's going to go that way. And there it is. Nice and graphed. A two-step inequality. Okay, that was Tuesday, March 16th. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment, do something. Feel free to ask me if you guys are stuck. I'll work on March 18th next.